Sterling Metals just updated the market with their first drill hole at the SAGGF copper project in Ontario. Sterling hit 359 meters of continuous copper mineralization, starting just 14 meters from surface. That's near 4 football fields of copper-rich rock near Sudbury's mining hub. With copper demand expected to outpace supply and price targets trending higher, could this early-stage discovery be the next major Canadian copper find? Well, we've got CEO Mathew Wilson to make the case. So, Matt, this was just one drill hole. Is there a drill plan here in place to define the full extent of the system?
Hi, Rachel. Thanks for the intro. There is a drill plan in place. We drilled 4 holes this year. This is our first drill hole ever on this project. This project's been explored for 60 years, but never before has there been a kind of a comprehensive program put together looking for something big, something significant, something of a tier 1 sort of scale. So we think that what we put together here in our very first hole demonstrates both that you could have something that's really significant just from this hole alone, but what we find in the hole is something that's really exciting, the right rocks, the right mineralization, that this could get a lot better as we go forward.
Well, how often do these things come around in Canada, globally?
Well, I think that we get spoiled, I think, in the market with headlines from things like Filo and NGEX, which is, of course, in the top of the Andes in Argentina. If you look at the statistics, I mean, global copper finds are dropping off of a cliff, and they get deeper and deeper and deeper when you do find them. And you have to go up 4,500 meters in elevation into the Andes, where both CapEx costs will be really high, but also just drill costs in general are very high, and it's very prohibitive for most juniors to drill it out. For us here, we're drilling right on surface. We're 20 minutes from a highway, and we're still putting together, as you said, 4 football fields of mineralization. So I think that very rare do they come around in North America specifically, let alone off of a highway an hour north of Sault Ste. Marie and an hour north of a deep water port. So it's pretty exciting kind of in the copper space to find something like this.
Well, you quickly mentioned infrastructure in Sudbury, but what's like the the local response or attitude towards the industry?
This is a very fortunate place to be because we're in kind of mining country. Northern Ontario is very well known for mining. The communities, this project is bookended by 2 old mines that were mined in the 60s and 70s. So it's a brownfield operation. They were small operations, but this is something that people are familiar with mining. People understand what's going on. Our relationship with the First Nations communities has been terrific. Everyone understands that this is a beneficial project for everybody. And so, being an hour north of an industrial hub like the Sioux and 4 hours away from Sudbury, where you have copper refineries and, of course, a 100-year plus history of mining, has been very helpful in getting us going really quickly on this project.
And my next question, I feel like I have to ask, but this project and Sterling itself is, or are you impacted by this new world of tariff policy? If so, how?
It's such an interesting time to be in mineral exploration in the world, anywhere you are, really. I mean, protectionist policy creates the demand domestically for whatever you are looking for, let alone something of such a critical nature as copper and molybdenum and all the other goodies that we might have in here. So, you see, Mark Carney was just out this morning talking about strategic assets going forward with critical metals. Again, I think that things like this, they are rare to find, let alone in your country, let alone off of a highway and in this kind of environment, which is really just starting. So it's really an ideal macro environment to find something of such a critical nature that has scale.
Well, let's close with this question. What does this exploration update kind of signal to your investors? What can they almost look forward to in the next few months as you move through your drill plan?
Hopefully this will be just the start of something pretty fun here. These things are big. They want to be found. The type of mineralization, the bornite in the hole, the preserved alteration, these are signs of something very special. We're trying to zone in on where it is. So the Sterling market cap today is $10 million. We have a couple $1 million in cash. And so there's a lot of upside going forward, at least that I think there is, but I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. I think that, shareholders can look forward to us continuing to define the system. Like I said, this is just the first hole. And I think that hopefully there's a lot of exciting things to come.
Cool. Well, hopefully we'll have you back for another update.
Thanks a lot, Rachel.
Mathew Wilson of Sterling Metals. We'll make sure to include the tickers below so you can do your own due diligence and learn more of the company if you'd like to. Thanks for watching.